His dazed condition eased, while the throbbing pain at the back of his neck. Had that been a judo chop? Did not, and he pushed himself up, noticing his open wallet flung nearby, his badge, he was the local police physician, catching the dim light and winking at him. Absent-mindedly, he stuffed the wallet in his pocket, and he got shakily to his feet. Even in the near darkness he could see Marilyn, on her back, in her diamond-patterned pajamas, almost floating in blood, a damp veil of it covering her face, its coppery smell all-pervasive. He checked her neck for a pulse that wasn't there. Just enough illumination came from the nightlight across the hall to reveal the unsettling shimmer of blood splashed on the walls. He backed away from the horror and hurried to the room next door, Chip's room, finding him deep asleep. Before he could even feel a sense of relief that his son had been spared, from violence, from the screams of his mother, the boys slumbering and blessedly unaware of their loss, Sam heard movement downstairs. Lithely muscular, a 30-year-old 6-footer, Sam, in the T-shirt, slacks, and moccasin-style slippers he'd sacked out in, ran down the stairs. In the darkness, but silhouetted against the windows onto the lake, no glow of white now, was a none-the-less discernible form, a dark human form that must have heard him coming, because he, moved quickly across the living room, and to and through the door, onto the screened-in porch facing the lake. Sam followed the dark figure outside, through the screen door and across the narrow backyard, then down the 36 steps to the bathhouse on its platform 8 feet above the lake shore. As before, this was just a silhouette, but a silhouette of what appeared to be a man, a big man, with a good-sized head and bushy hair. Rattling down the remaining few steps, Sam caught up with him and tackled him to the sand. Waves were hitting the shore as violently as the struggle on the strip of foamy beach rolling in nearby. Again, Sam found himself wrestling with an attacker, but when strong fingers gripped his throat and squeezed, unconsciousness took him a second time. When he awoke, he was belly down on the beach, his feet and legs in the water, where the waves kept churning. His head was on the bank, out of the water, or he might have drowned. Staggering to his feet, he came slowly to his senses. Was this a nightmare or reality? The cascade of surreal events could only make him wonder. He made his wobbly way up the many steps to return to the scene of horror on the second floor of the house looming above. At the very least, Marilyn had surely been badly injured by the intruder. Intruders? And the husband, the doctor, went to his wife quickly, through the house, up the stairs. Again he found the scent of copper, and the splash of blood, and a woman with no pulse. In a daze, he began to pace aimlessly, first upstairs, then down and up again, and every time he re-entered the bedroom, he hoped he would wake from this bizarre bad dream. But one final examination confirmed Marilyn was gone. There would be no waking from this, for either of them. He wandered downstairs, disoriented, sleepwalking through the kitchen, through his study and living room, and finally he became focused enough to find the phone and call for help. But what good had crying for help done his wife?
"What," Earl Stanley Gardner asked me, "do you think of his story?"
The story, of course, belonged to Dr. Sam Sheppard of Bay Village, Ohio, whose wife Marilyn had been murdered in the early morning hours of July 4th, 1954. Dr. Sam, as many called him, including the Cleveland media who had crucified him, was found guilty of her murder on December 21st of that year. He was currently in a maximum security prison in Columbus. "It stinks," I said. I had followed the case, which had made the Chicago papers. It got a lot of national coverage, and the accused husband's account had been repeated again and again. "I mean, your melodramatic touches improve it," I granted, "but it's still about as believable as a flying saucer sighting. I mean, who the hell gets knocked out twice in one fight?" We were seated in Gardner's knotty pine office in the sprawling main house of his 1,000-acre ranch outside tiny Temecula, California. The creator of Perry Mason and so many big city mysteries was a would-be Westerner with a tanned, weather